Today I'm here with a special person, my baby sister, Rhonda. Rhonda's got acute myeloid leukemia. The past 12 months she's been in the hospital for at least
6 months.
6 months. A lot of people ask me, and I know they've asked you too, is how, after having been in the hospital for 6 months, you've been in a coma, you've been total paralysis, you've had to literally learn how to talk again, how to blink, how to breathe, how to swallow, how to walk, how to talk, everything. And I'm going to show pictures of just, not a whole lot, just a little bit so they can see where you were at some of your lowest points. Doing a lot better now, but still in the fight. Still got a long way to go, but you've gone through all this. You've been on the ventilator 5 times. Then they finally had to put a trach in you. You flatlined last year. Once we know of for sure that we remember, you flatlined twice, they said. So, but everybody wants to know how, after all going through all that, and this is amazes me about you, you've never said, why me? You've never once said, why have I got cancer? And felt sorry for yourself. You've always had a smile. You've always maintained a positive attitude. How does that happen? How did you do that? How does it even happen? How does somebody do that?
Well, guess because this world is full of people with cancer. You know, it's not just me fighting this fight. There's people all around us, and every one of you know somebody that's fighting this fight. So I'm not special that I shouldn't get it. It's just part of living in this world, and it's not anything anybody wants, but you can't say why me, because your neighbor's probably got it, or your grandpa or your aunt or uncle, somebody you know has cancer. So, you know, if it's not going to be you, it'll be somebody you know. And, you know, God's blessed me with great family and great friends and great caretakers and the people at this hospital, and they all do everything they can to take care of me and make sure that I get what I need. And, you know, I just can't help but feeling blessed.
So what gives you strength? What gives you the strength is God and family and support.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We haven't left her side when she's in the hospital, when she stays, and she's been here for hundreds and hundreds of days. Mostly her husband and her kids, but after that, our parents and our other sister,
my brother,
Teresa.
my sister, and
we've all made
sometimes
sure
my nieces. And
someone's with her 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. At the moment, she looks healthier than she has, and you've seen some of the pictures, and she's still got the fight. It's still a long way to go. We don't know where this is going to take us, but we're going to fight it. She's going to keep fighting, and it's you know, it's not going to be over until God says it's over. Until then, that's our job to keep going. That's what we're going to do. And we're at James Graham Brown Cancer Center at the University of Louisville Hospital.
we're actually on the bone marrow transplant unit at University Hospital.
Some of the best, most caring, awesome people in the world work here. And everybody from the people that clean the room to the doctors that take care of everything. This is phenomenal people. Except for that one nurse, we don't like her.
Yes, we do. Let's see if I do it again.
She got me right like that.
It would be hard to go through this fight without faith, because when you're in the middle of this fight, there's no guarantee how it's going to turn out. I don't know if they'll be able to cure me. They might be able to cure me. I don't know, but I just have to take each day look at each day as a gift from God, and appreciate all the gifts He's given me with my family and blessings here on this earth. But I also know if He doesn't cure me on this earth, that you know, I have a heavenly home to go to, and you know, that won't be so bad either. He's got this either way, and you know, whether I stay here or whether I go, God's got this either way. And the hardest part is, it would be thinking about leaving my family, not thinking about leaving the earth, but leaving my family. But I have to know, I have to have confidence and faith that if I'm going to trust God with my eternal life, and that, you know, that I can trust God with our life on this earth too, and I can trust Him to take care of my family if something happens. I know they'll be okay too.
That's pretty good.
You okay?
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too, man. So proud of you.
Well, I ain't done nothing but just sit
I
around.
got it all this out. Just sit around. I
They'll be okay.
We all know somebody who's been touched by cancer, whether it's yourself or a family member or friend. It's crippling, and emotionally it's devastating, physically, spiritually, it takes you down, and financially. And the good people that we've met through all this, and they're personal friends of ours, is the people at Shirley's Way. Shirley's Way helps a lot of people struggling financially with cancers. They do everything they can to help as many people as they can. So if you're in a position you want to help someone, if you want to contribute to help out, and you want to go directly to cancer patients, shirleysway.com. It's a place to go for that. And they actually, there's people comment about my shirt. They seem to wear a lot. I should have had it on now. shirleysway.com. And they've helped a lot with Rhonda and a lot of others. Rhonda's been on an unusually long trip with this stuff, and hopefully it's even longer. Hopefully we'll be talking about this 20 years from now. But had a lot of family and friends help financially, a lot of prayer. Please continue to pray. Personal friends of ours, also through Shirley's Way, donated a condo for the week so that Rhonda can put her foot in the sand. That's what she wanted, that she got to do that. Hopefully she gets to do it many more times in the future. But this year was especially special after the ride you had. Do a few little hacks of how we survived here in the hospital. First up, we find that a lot of patients have trouble keeping up with the remote. They lay on it, can't find it at night. So, a couple pieces of Velcro, one on the back of the remote, one on the bed rail, and that's going to place that remote next to her head with the speaker on the remote, and it's really easily accessible for her.
Handier in the pocket on a shirt.
Next, space is very valuable in a hospital. Very little tabletop space. So a couple pieces of Velcro and a little tray, you get yourself a cell phone charging station. Next up is a money hide. You want to remove temptation from the hospital room. So an empty cough drop bag acts as a perfect money hide in the hospital. Nobody's going to bother that. So if you're in the hospital and all you got is time, you can use a pair of glasses or sunglasses as a cell phone holder. And that way you just sit back and watch your show. Pow. Next up, get yourself an empty shoe rack, over-the-door shoe rack. You fill all the pockets with little treats and candies. And then you put a sign next to it that reads, "For all the caregivers who come through the door, we really wish we could do more. We know you often have to rush through lunch, so here's something extra for you to munch." This really works. They really seem to enjoy it. Rhonda, it's usually called nurse bait. Now Rhonda doesn't need really nurse bait or have to bait any caregiver to come to the room. They give her such great care. But she wanted to show appreciation, and they all so much so really seem to enjoy it. They really seem to appreciate it. They all participate in helping eat the snacks. It's a really nice gesture for the staff. They really deserve it. Great people. And you may be in a situation where you feel like maybe your loved one isn't getting maybe the best care or attention, so this would actually act as